Every regional bug Pokemon ranked from worst to best, starting of course with the first stages. Coming in last at number 13 is none other than Scatterbug. Really, this whole line is just as mid as it gets, but we'll get to that. Scatterbug is honestly just kind of odd. It's super plain and boring, yet there's also this weird semblance of like a human baby to it. Like the one front tooth, the kind of bib-looking fur, I don't know, it's weird, I don't like it. At number 12, we have Blipbug. Its Pokedex entry actually sums it up pretty well. This Pokemon is very smart. Very strong is what it isn't, which is pretty funny actually. And sure, none of these first stage bugs are especially strong, but man oh man, this thing is gonna get taken out by the wind blowing. Number 11 may be a controversial take, it's Kricketot. It seems like ever since Legends Arceus came out, the Kricketot and Kricketune fans just came out of the woodwork. But anyway, to this day, it's still the only regional bug Pokemon that I've never used. Shocking, I know. Or is it? Cause this thing is trash. Probably the most useless of the bunch other than number 10, Ladybug, which was just done so dirty by Game Freak. Now I know this has all been really negative so far, but I'm not a bug hater. As a matter of fact, bug is my favorite type in Pokemon. But let's be honest here about the bottom half of this particular list. Okay, anyway, Ladybug was done so dirty, but we'll get into why once we get to Ledian, who really drew the short straw. Coming in at number 9 is Spinarak, and I don't really have much to say about it. It's a spider. It has decent attack, but other than that, it's pretty forgettable. Just like number 8, Tarantula. Dude is brand new, yet once again completely forgettable. So moving on to number 7, Wurmple, which brought us one of the first split evolutions to the franchise, which is really cool. Even though no matter how many times I use one of these, I always end up with Beautifly somehow. But other than that, I actually like its design quite a bit. Yeah, it's simple, but I'm old school, so I like that, and I think it's pretty cool. Moving into the top half of the list here, and I actually really like the rest. Number 6, Grubbin, is really cool. I love its design. The giant mandibles, the little white grub body thing, and the little legs. I like this little guy. Solid design. Unova and Alola really stepped up the bug type game. But number 5 is actually from Paldea. It's Nimble. I'll admit this ranking is probably skewed by my low kicks bias, but Nimble is still pretty awesome. Number 3 and 4, I'll just come straight out and admit that their ranking is based almost entirely on nostalgia. It's Caterpie and Weedle. I really do genuinely enjoy their designs, along with the fact that they're actually pretty decent in game. Get mad at these placements all you want, but I still love them. But like I said, Unova has really stepped up the bug game. So number 2 is Venipede, which is so awesome. The only one on the list that's actually somewhat threatening looking, as well as being unique. But the best first stage regional bug is hands down Sewaddle, however you want to say it. I love everything about this little guy. The little leaf hoodie, the little teeth, it's adorable. Yet it's completely underrated in game. Sure, it has the 4x weaknesses, but as long as you avoid them, its early access to Bug Bite and Razor Leaf Stab is incredibly strong. Now moving on to the middle stages, and well, we can go pretty quickly through them because they're all just more or less cocoons. Literally, in the case of number 9 and 8, Cascoon and Silcoon, I honestly couldn't care less about these two if I tried. Honestly, it's impressive how forgettable they are. Number 7, Spupa, isn't exactly boring or forgettable, it's admittedly pretty unique. Too bad it looks really dumb. So number 6 is Metapod, cause yeah, it's a cocoon, and a miserable looking one at that. So number 5 is Swadloon, and like I established with Sewaddle, I love using it, but design-wise, it's pretty boring. Bringing us to the last of the super boring middle stages with number 4, Kakuna. It's Metapod, but angry and yellow, which does work perfectly for its line, so there you go. Okay, enough of the rough ones. Now we have number 3, Charjabug, which, okay, yeah, is it a cocoon? Maybe? A battery? A school bus? Who knows? But I like it. Let me know what this thing is in the comments if you actually watched through these middle stages. Coming in at number 2 is Dottler. Just like its Prevo Blipbug, it has a pretty humorous dex entry, but this one at least looks pretty unique, and I don't necessarily love it, but you have to at least give it that. Okay, now number 1 is a full-blown diamond in the rough. It would honestly be in the top 3 if it was the final stage. I love this thing so much, it's Whirlipede. I may have been a Gen 5 hater over the years, but even through all of that, this little guy has been a light in the dark for Gen 5. Absolutely incredible design, one of my favorite overall bug Pokemon. And that finally brings us to the good part, the final evolutions. Coming in absolute dead last at number 14 is Spidops. I'm sorry, how is this even a real Pokemon? I really don't like giving credit to the Gen 9 Pokemon or Fakemon thing, but boy, Spidops makes a strong case. This thing is awful in every way. And number 13 is Kricketune. Yeah, its cry and its mustache are its only redeeming qualities. Go ahead and tell me how I'm wrong, I know it's coming. Number 12 and 11 are Dustox and Beautifly. I don't dislike them at all, I actually think their designs are decent, but man, I've tried using them in a few Gen 3 Nuzlockes and they have just let me down every single time without fail. They're alright, I guess. Number 10 is an interesting one. It's Vivian. If it was just this one right here, it would probably be in last. We already have 2 butterflies. Did we really need another one? But alright, all the different patterns this thing has are actually pretty cool and unique, so that does earn it a spot in the top 10, right behind its superior butterfly counterpart, Butterfree. Sure, you can blame this one on nostalgia, but its design is iconic, and its early game moveset makes it a great asset to the team straight away. Be free, Butterfree. Okay, now, number 8, Ledian, got royally screwed by Game Freak. It had so much potential. It already vaguely looks like a superhero ladybug. It learns all these cool punching moves, its hidden ability is Iron Fist, yet they gave it 35 attack. Are you joking? That's actually despicable. This thing either needs an evolution or a fighting type regional form or something. So much wasted potential here for these Johto bugs. It could have been like bug fighting Ledian hero versus dark bug Ariados bad guy. So much potential. But anyway, number 7 may be a hot take. It's Scolipede. I know I just put Whirlipede on a massive pedestal. How could I put its evolution so low? Well, the answer is in the question, really. Its pre-evolution just completely outshines it, honestly. Now, I don't dislike Scolipede at all. I think it's really cool, but it just needed more to follow up that act. And coming in at number 6 is Ariados. Like I was just saying about its Johto counterpart, it also left a lot to be desired. Don't get me wrong, I like it a lot. It has an intimidating and interesting design, and it gets some really cool moves like Shadow Sneak and Sucker Punch to go along with like an ambushing spider theme, but it just never followed up with it, and its stats just can't keep up. It should have been dark type for sure, and I think Ariados and Ledian both desperately need evolutions because the designs are there for sure. But anyway, we've made it to the top 5, and starting us off at 5 is Leavanny. I once again think it is incredibly underrated in battle. It has great stats and awesome design, some cool moves, I like it a lot. Number 4 may be a hot take, it's Beedrill. I say hot take just because so many people hate Gen 1 Pokemon across the board now, but come on, Beedrill is so cool. A killer wasp with massive stinger arms, that's so awesome. Too bad Megas don't count here, or that would easily be number 1, no doubt. But don't worry, I'm not a full-blown Gen 1er, the top 3 are all newer Pokemon actually, number 3 being Lokix. I used Lokix in my first blind run on Scarlet, and man, it cemented my opinion of it being up there for one of my favorite bug types. Its typing and its moveset were so much fun to use in game, and I absolutely loved this design. How did it take 9 generations to get a bug dark type? Number 2 is Orbeetle. I feel like it's not a very popular Pokemon, but I'm not really sure why. I love this thing. Bug Psychic is an awesome and fun to use typing, and it's really strong for a regional bug. Its design is interesting and unique, really what's not to love. But even it can't stand up to number 1, Vikavolt. One of, if not the coolest bug Pokemon overall. This imposing, intimidating electric bug is an absolute favorite of mine, and I love this thing. If only it was as fast as the Dex entry says it is. But I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you disagree with and what I should rank next. I'll see you there.